Hello.
Let me introduce myself first. My name is Raia Desyahara with ID student number 642511952. I would like to share my opinion with respect and sympathy about our new president, Mr. Prabowo Subianto. Prabowo Subianto was born on October 17, 1951 in Jakarta. He is a former Indonesian Army general and a politician who has been active in public service for many years. Before becoming a president, he served as a minister of defense under President Joko Widodo. President Prabowo has a strong vision to make Indonesia a prosperous and powerful nation by his program, Free Nutrition Meals or MBG, show his great concern for children's health and the future of our young generation. The goal is very noble, to ensure that Indonesian children grow up healthy, intelligent, and ready to build the nation. However, I feel deep sympathy for the incident of food poisoning in MBG programs that happened in several regions. It was a sad and worrying event. I believe President Prabowo also feels concerned and will take strong action to improve this system. We also cannot ignore that President Prabowo has a military background, and his past has been linked to human rights violations. As citizens, we sincerely hope that he will show a new commitment to justice and humanity. I feel sympathy and hope that he can prove that the past can be a valuable lesson, not a shadow, if he can lead with openness, fairness, and respect for the human rights. It will be a remarkable step for Indonesian democracy. This is my sympathetic reflection. I truly understand that being a president is not an easy job. The challenges are enormous, from economic problems to public welfare and maintaining people trust. I appreciate his determination to make Indonesia stronger, and I hope he stays humble, listens to criticism wisely, and always puts the people's interest first. President Prabowo is a leader with a strong vision and good intention, but he also faces great responsibility, including ensuring the safety of programs like MBG and proving his commitment to human rights. With the support and awareness of all citizens, I believe Indonesia can move forward under his leadership, as long as he continues to uphold justice, humanity, and moral responsibility to the people. Dan.
다음에 또 만나요. 우리 모두 슬퍼 말아요. 다음이 더 기대되는 Going 17.
Hello, good afternoon, Miss V. My name is Raia Desyahara with ID student number 64251952 from Studi Program Manajemen, Fakultas of Ekonomi and Bisnis, Bina Sarana Informatika, Kampus Kaliabang. Today, I want a presentation about question word. What is question words? Question words are words used to ask questions and get specific information. Do you know what comes at the end of the sentence that use a question word? Yes, it needs a question mark at the end. They usually start with WH or how, so they are often called WH questions. For the example is what, when, where, why, who, which, whose, how. Next one is the importance of question words. First of all is help us to get specific information about people, time, place, or anything. The second one is make communication clear and effective. The third one is improve conversation skills. support learning and understanding. And the last one is build critical thinking. For the example is why are you hungry? To ask for a reason. The next one is types of question words. The main questions in English depends on the context, but it often refers to the eight interrogative words: who, what, when, where, why, whose, which, and how. The first word is what. What is we use what to ask about things or actions. For the example is what is your name? What is this color? What do you like to eat? The next one is who. Who is when you want to know the name of a person or people involved in something. For the example is who is your best friend? Who is knocking on the door? Who helps you at home? Next is where. Where is when you want to find out about a place or location. For the example is where did you go for holiday? Where is your book? Where are you doing? Where are you going? Or where you live. The next one is when. When is when questions are for learning about the time something happened or is going to happen. For example is when is your birthday? When do you sleep? When do we eat dinner? The next one is why. Why is when you want to understand the reason behind something, you ask why questions. For the example is why do plants need sunlight? Why do you like pizza? Why are you happy? The next one is which. Which is a question word used to ask about a choice between two or more options. For the example is which color do you like? Which book is yours? Which team do you support? The next one is whose. Whose is a questions word used to ask about ownership or possessions. It means belonging to whom. For the example is whose bag is this? Whose book did you borrow? Turn is it? The last one is how. How is questions help you understand the way things are done or how something works. The next one, for example, is how do you tie your laces? How old are you? The next one is special forms of how. How is combined with other words to ask about specific types of information like amount, time, distance, or frequency. Question praise meaning. For example, is how much is price or uncountable quantity? Is how much is this bag? The second one is how many is countable quantity. How many students are there? The next one is how long. How long it means duration or length of time. For example, is how long this is the movie. The next one is how far. How far means distance. For example, is how far is your school. The next one is how often. It means frequency or how often do you read books. The last one is how old. How old means age. For example, is how old are you? The next one is word order in questions. In English, questions usually follow a special order to sound correct and clear. Basic structure is question words, auxiliary verb, subject, main verb. For the example is what are you doing? Where does she live? When did they arrive? The next one is yes or no question versus WH questions. Yes or no question used when the answer is the only yes or no. Structure is auxiliary, subject, and verb. For the example is, do you like pizza? The answer is yes I do or no I don't. The next one is she a teacher? The answer is yes she is or no she isn't. And then the WH question is used to ask for a specific information, not just yes or no. Structure is WH word, auxiliary, subject, and verb. For example is, what do you like? The answer is, I like pizza. Where does she live? The answer is, she lives in Jakarta. The difference is yes or no question versus WH question is yes or no questions. For example, do you like coffee? The answer is yes or no. In WH questions is, why do you like coffee? The answer is gives a reason. The next one is practice. 1. Blah 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 is your favorite food. 2 is blah blah blah. Do you go to school? 3 is blah 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 made this picture. 4 is blah 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 bag is this on the table. 5 blah 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 are you sad? 6 is blah 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 do you like bass? 7 is blah 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 is your teacher. 8 is blah 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 old are you? The answer is 1. What? What is your favorite food? 2 is where? Where do you go to school? 3 is when? When made this picture? 5 is why? Why bag is this on the table? 5 is who? Who are you sad? 6 is which? Which color do you like best? 7 is whose? Whose is your teacher? 8 is how? How old are you? The next one is common mistake with question words. 1 is forgetting the auxiliary verb. The wrong is where are you live? The correct one is where do you live? Always use do or does or did or is or are or can after the question word. The second one is the using the wrong word order. The wrong is you are how? No. The correct one is how are you? Questions word must come first in the sentence. The next one is the video of question words.
Let's sing. Question words, ask me again. Words to help you find out all about your friends. Question words, ask me again. Words to help you find out all about your friends. Who, why, what, when, where, how. Who, why, what, when, where, how. How are you? What's your name? Where do you live? When's your birthday? Who's your favorite singer? Why don't you like pizza? Question words, ask me again. Words to help you find out all about your friends. Who, why, what, when, where, how. Who, why, what, when, where, how. Who is a word we use to ask about a person. Why is a word we use to ask about a reason. What is a word we use to ask for information. Who, why, what. When, where, how. When is a word we use to ask about a time or date. Where is a word we use to ask about a place. How is a word we use to ask in what way. Who, why, what. When, where, how. Question words, ask me again. Words to help you find out all about your friends. Question words, ask me again. Words to help you find out all about your friends. Let's sing.
Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching my presentation project 2, and thank you for Mrs. Sophie.